Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about ADHD symptoms. What you can actually observe about yourself that will tell you if possibly you might have it before you get a proper diagnosis. And since I am no real professional, I'm just a guy who is fighting ADHD at the moment, I'm not going to go to the DSM-5 standard scale, which is a Google search away anyway for all of you. I want to go through a brief list of things that apply to me, and you can see if you can recognize yourself in some of them. So for today, this is especially for people that are wondering if maybe they have adult ADHD. This is going to be targeted to adults. I am an adult currently, even though I may not look like it, but it is actually true. So, without further ado, I have prepared the list that I showed you before, and I really wonder if some of these things, not all of them, definitely not all of them, some of them are my personal quirks, but they really resonate very well with the standard DSM-5 scale, and they resonate with what I have observed in other people as well. Some of this will be present and some of it will not. Okay, so fidgeting to the point where I have bloody fingers if I don't have a fidget toy because I fidget with my own fingers. All the pencils that I actually used to work with, like in school, have bite marks on them. All my school notes are 80% drawings rather than actual notes. When I watch something that is not 100% super fun, or read something, I usually lose focus and I don't even realize it, so I have to go back a paragraph or two and read it again, because suddenly I don't remember what I was thinking about. And then I don't remember what I was thinking about that made me not think about the first thing. The classic one. I forget what I was going for when I leave the room about 10 seconds after I left. Or, when I do actually do something in that room, I usually bring several items and none of that is what I actually went for. I hate waiting. You are going to let me wait. You better be prepared that I won't like it. This is an interesting one that many people don't talk about. Caffeine doesn't really work on me very much. Or if it does, I just find it very weak in general. Like, I know people that are really addicted to caffeine, like they need the coffee to kickstart the day, but I never really felt that. Like, even if I get a very, very strong coffee, 3 times as strong as someone else, I barely feel a difference. This is actually related to the concept of stimulation for ADHD, which actually calms the mind down. That's why stimulants are used for ADHD, because it's a paradoxical effect. And that means that caffeine has a paradoxical effect on ADHD people. This is usually listed as very typical for ADHD. I had several car accidents in extremely low speed, so it was not really accidents at all, it was just a scratch or something. But I had several of them and I've never had any real accident after 12 years of driving. I make an absolute ton of errors from just overlooking something. This extreme amount increases to an extreme, super extreme amount if I'm bored. And that's a lot of the time. When I'm unmotivated, threats and just reasonable requests don't work on me, not even from my own mind. So I can tell myself, look man, if you don't increase your workload, you're going to have no money. It doesn't register at all. It doesn't register to the subconscious. I don't start being afraid of it. It's just not changed. I can get really creative when escaping boredom. Like when something is boring me, I don't even need to think about it, and I can be sure that even without realizing it, I'll be doing something else in just a couple of seconds or minutes tops. I was also diagnosed as dyslexic and dysgraphic, which I heard is common for ADHD people. And this is not all related to jobs. Actually, when I used to play online games, I was the unreliable member of the guild always, because the game would just stop being fun for me periodically. So I never achieved anything in the game like the people who were actually consistent. The inconsistency that showed when I was 14 and was playing World of Warcraft is the exact same inconsistency that is hurting me in the normal job life when I'm now an adult. My organization and planning are impaired, and not by the fact that I would not be able to plan or organize. I actually plan and organize quite a lot because I also have quite a high IQ, so I think about plans all the time. But when I make them, I cannot do them. I am not consistent at all. Fun fact, I did the personality scale test. If you're familiar with Dr. Jordan Peterson, he has a nice test for personality. I had 0 percentile for conscientiousness, orderliness. You can't get worse than that. And of course, I'm messy. I'm always messy. This desk is now clean, but that's because I'm on medication and I'm shooting a video. Normally, I really had to discipline myself to keep some order in my life. And that's it for today. Actually, I have some more, but these are more of the actual main ones that are directly related to what you would find in the DSM-V. So I will let this for a more appropriate video. And for now, please let me know in the comments if some of these were relatable for you and if you were actually diagnosed with ADHD in the past. And if you are interested, I have some more, well, let's call them friends, test subjects, that I have interviewed, and I have written down their ADHD symptoms. Some of them are completely the same and some of them are pretty different. Some of them are serious, like seriously bad, and some of them are actually pretty good. For example, it is said that ADHD people are really decisive in a time of crisis, because the time of crisis, as I told you before, like with the threats that don't work, the time of crisis doesn't really recognize the same. So you don't get impaired with fear usually, and you can make a better decision. And actually, it cuts through the boredom, so you're right in your element. Some positive things as well, but let's leave that for later. And that's really all for today. So if you like the content, please like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time.